Voice chat knows. What stock is that again? Welcome to Read the Room with Unc. Yo, what is up, everybody? This is Unc with this week's Read the Room. Got some changes coming, trying to get the content a little more digestible for you guys. Just with the success of MarketCast so far, um, being in a shorter, 15 to 20 minute format, Read the Room the same way. Trying to do that with voice chat. Real hard to do overall because of the amount of DD we try to do. You can't really squeeze it in, but trying to get that down to a palatable experience for you guys. And then I'm doing the same with my notes. They kind of were just a big clump of jambalaya thrown on the table this week. Still have as many. I think I'm going to limit this list even more in the long run, but I did want to just cut it down to start with. So I broke this down into a couple different sections. So I'm not going to waste too much time here in the front talking about the murder that was the end of last week. I'm just going to pick myself up, dust myself off here, and then get right to work. So let's just hop right into this. The first section in the focus notes you can see, I forgot to capitalize. Um, Not a huge deal. But the keepers up here, just ones that I'm going to keep from last week. This one will probably shrink down to 3 next week. But I wanted to keep it pretty traditional for this week. So CCL made the hot list actually off of notes this week, so I'm pretty excited about that. Chart reset to the original 8-9 channel. Oh, that's another thing I'm doing. I'm just rewriting the notes. Even if I'm gonna say the same thing, I can rewrite it every week. I can do that, and should be putting in at least that much effort. I think so. Um, these will be rewrote every week, but we can always go back and look at the previous week. So charts reset to the original 8-9 channel. ER this week. I think they do well. We talked a lot about that in the voice session and a little bit in MarketCast too. How this week and last week about how coming out of the COVID shutdown stuff, when they flipped over to not having to get tests for the shorter cruises, that should come out in this ER. You can kind of see the channel on most time frames. This was our original ad zone back in here. So it could get pulled back, but by Wednesday, I want to see where this is at. Closer to 8, definitely want to add it. If it's by 9, I'll probably just wait till after the report comes out, and then just take the smaller 9 to 11 move than the 8 to 11 move that the full channel would be. But the ER Lotto on Friday, I believe. Maybe monitor calls during the week. Um, Tens or nines, depending on whatever is playable from that side. Shares I just like anywhere in the channel. Next up, GStat, our level 173 till Thursday held. That should say held in there too. A bit of a downward pressure since has us under. Don't see this lower than 150. That's probably half the reason I didn't rewrite my notes, because then you got to interpret the goddamn things. GStat. So 173 is our level. You can see it right there. Bam, 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 bam. Can we zoom in? Why am I so zoomed out here? Oh yeah, you were doing DD. Yeah, 173 is our level. We got a bit of a dip, but we've been here for what, 6-8 weeks pretty much. Still has the Apple partnership news, so I like that in the long run. Don't think, did I write that in here? I don't think it's going to get under 150. Yeah, I don't see it getting lower than 150. It's in the note. Alto 374, demanding respect. Um, Top getting tighter around 428, playable. That's a playable range for me, that 50 cents. That's why it's staying here. Volume's not low, not high, kind of in the middle, so I'm good with that. But you can see these bing, 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 bing. This is the day chart, so this is recent. You really see it on the weekly. Does have a little lower level down there. Not too worried about that at this point in time. Seeing how we come off of this. Pretty much can add up until 4 because there's enough range back to 450 from 4. But yeah, like 374, I don't think you can go wrong with Alto. Previous winner, staying on that. SPI, the penny solar play. Buck 54, our level range of 2. Still the same setup here. SPI. So 154 closed. I like these charts, and you can see it on last couple. They pretty much are closed Friday on my level. So if you're gonna pull back right to my level, that has me interested. Um, I like where this is at on this level, and then we have the $2 channel. It hasn't really got past the 180, but even 150 to 180 is a playable range. Do like it because of solar, and the volume has been good. All right, last of the keepers, Datadog, kind of against the grain here, but I like the chart. Another channel completion, and then reset and broke our level. Don't think this gets under 84. 89, 39 to 97, 21 is the current channel. So pull up old Daddy Dog here. Bam. So, yeah, so what? This is Friday, Thursday. This is Wednesday, Monday, Tuesday. Or Monday, sorry. So Monday we started at 89 and we completed the channel by Wednesday. Fell out. This is like, if you look at this thing, I guess you can come back here to the daily. It likes to complete this channel um, when it gets down in here. I mean, this, we got, since we've been down here, we have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 channel completions and 4 or 5 breakouts into the hundreds. So I do like this level. I like to stay on it. And again, I don't think it's going to get lower than 84. I believe that is this last low here. Yeah, this 84 right here is what I'm going off of. Higher, low, higher, low, higher, low. Yada, 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 data dog, woof, cybersecurity. You know the drill. All right, now we're into stocks that are just coming off of the hot list this week. Not only are we limiting the hot list, but I'm going to try to keep the section in here focused solely on those plays. So you get the most out of the collab. So these are the ones that I consider to be A plus from both what the flow says, obviously the market says, and what the TA says. First one, 55 Boyle, 55, 59 is our line. Last low was 38, but the dip before winter thesis is playing out well so far. We've talked about this for months. Probably more to give, but comfortable adding nat gas prices at this level. You got to watch now. I mean, if it goes to 550, you don't want to add. That's not going to be a good time to add. But we're at the 7 to 9 pocket. 7 being the low end right now. 9 was the high end, so I want it to go back to 9 if I can get these ads. Check the chart. Bam, you can see the 55. Probably better suited on the weekly, but you can see it does have a lower level. It is totally possible to get down here to the 38s. You know, maybe even a little. I don't see the 20s, but the 38s might be possible. But this is the level where you start paying attention to it, where it becomes in a better position than cold. Um, so I'm just watching this. Might be a week early. This might be more of a swing. Might be a little early here. But this is the level where you start to pay attention to it. Not at 60, not at 70, not at 80, but get down here at this 55 in the 50 range. Good to go. Personally, I'm going to wait for the 50 psych to see what happens, especially if prices stay under like 7.25. I'll just keep waiting because you do need the prices to turn up. Get any news out of Europe or any fire at a refinery or anything like that, just hop on in. All right, where we at right here? So PBI 265, 393. Lower shelf on volume profile looks strong. Last low is 240, and it's in a downtrend. That's negative. Last low was 240, and it's in a downtrend. So strong Friday, and the flow interests me. So kind of two conflicting ideas here, but the volume, the way nothing else did this on Friday, especially back to a level. The shelf on this guy right here, this 260, looks like the bottom shelf on the 3-year. So those things I really like. But if you look at this on the weekly, it is in a straight downtrend. Flow is good at catching reversals. So I do like that off of support. And volume is good. So yeah, Professor's fine, strong flow read. Just kind of fit TA. Have a hunch that this is the one that actually does get, excuse me, does get a good run. You can see volume profile is closer to 5. Right here where we are is 250 to 5. To me, that is what you call 100%. Um, Piton, our channel is 840 to 1312. Flow suggests 10. Weekly is flat, has that kind of range. Pretty simple play. The Piton is one you guys know about. You just got to wait for it to get down here. We're at the bottom of the channel. You can see it on most time frames. Real flat, but has the range back to the even the 10. Don't even really have to make this 12 or 13 level. You can just make this 10 from 850 and call it a good trade. Like it a lot. Not too interested in the news they just dropped about the rower, but definitely getting back on track in, as far as that goes. And I mean, good PR. X, 1812, 2281, 25, the third line. Very few charts have 3 lines. Our channel, big bounces from here twice this year. Flow read always starts with 20. That's what we have. Professor thought this might dip a little bit more, but we kind of both agreed that 1750 is like probably, you know, load the boat zone. Weekly's probably the best chart to look at. Daily's pretty good too, but you can see when it gets down this level, it doesn't last long. There's 1 and 2. Wait, I gotta back out because I think there's a third one too. Yeah, so here's your the bounces, boom, off the year. So I like it so far. It's your third test down here. Could do this again. That's where that 1750 comes into play. I'm comfortable adding it here, especially when market conditions switch back to flat or bullish, even in the short term. All right, Weber, triple S play. We've got to start using that more. Get used to my acronyms, so I got to type so god darn much. It's a social, a short, or a squeeze play. Not a social short squeeze. Not all 3. It's one of the 3. Here, but held 6. But 6 is held very well. Adds under that seemed like a no-brainer. But mainly waiting for volume to come back. This is me and the professor both kind of see the same thing here. Just dead on the volume. But if you look at the weekly, look everywhere. This thing does not want to give up this level. And that's usually indication of something in the short to near term future. So kind of waiting this one out. Might get another thin week. We've had 3 in a row. But yeah, if you can get ads in the 5s, the high 5s, even like 590, might want to sit on a position you're comfortable with in this one. All right, UNCs, RTLs. This is stuff that I kept limited this week because it's something I'm trying to still kind of figure out. But it's stuff that just I think you can sit on. Doesn't really have the flow yet, but has a strong TA. So DraftKings first. More of a swing, 1394, strong shelf and volume profile, very close here. Think this makes its way back towards 17.5 to 20 in the next rally or whenever the market decides to not be a dick. DraftKings, yeah, it's going to be in here. Okay. So yeah, we're on this 13. You can see this was the where before it broke out of this trend line, which it was in this nice ascending triangle here. Before it broke out here, this was the level. So I really look for this to turn past resistance into support. And it's pretty darn strong if you look at the larger time frames. Sorry, I didn't have this zoomed out. Let me zoom this out for you guys. My bad. Yeah, but it's a huge ass shelf if you look on the larger time frames. And 20, 17, 520 is just kind of a guess off of where volume profile starts. Pretty simple. Not this week, not tomorrow. Could be, but I don't think so. They're getting plenty of revenue though with the NFL. Everything I heard out of there is good. So like this more long term, as stated. Fubu. I'll talk about it since no one else wants to. Y'all ain't all done with it. I don't think it's over. Everyone and their mother has this thing at $4.50 to $5. $3.62 is my go level, but $3.75 best you're probably gonna get. Set your alerts for sub 4. Figure out the trade you want to make. Volume stayed good on this. I think it's at least 450 to 5 is what it should be. Here, let me get down here. So this is a nice little pullback. Again, if you can get fours, there's my 362 right here. That's the go zone for me. If you can get sub fours, I don't know if you want to be a 70s, 80s, 90 guy. Um, 90s if you don't want to miss the boat. 62 if you're cheap like me. Um, that's just have a plan around that. To be honest with you guys, I'll probably start at 375, maybe 380 if we get in a good trend environment and it's offered, um, or four if it holds. So it's kind of got to let it go, but I think we are going to pull back. You want to be ready and kind of have a plan. Um, so currently, I'm looking for that big dip to like 375. Get my starter in there and then fully in down here by 360. All right, sector of the week. These are kind of plays, kind of not plays. I don't know really what I'm doing down here yet, but they're on levels, and there's something we're interested in, and there's a lot of them. So run on our level 33.90 ran to the 40s, 30, 33 ran to the 40s. Run. Yep. So it's just on the level here. Don't have a target. 37 would probably be it. Um, if I had one. Is that the high here too? Let me before I yeah, 36, 37. It's probably what I'd be shooting for here off of this thing. Um, again, it just doesn't have a flow read, but I like where it's at. I might be wrong. This one might have the flow read. Where's my notes at? No, this one didn't have the flow read yet. But the sector is solid. Sun W, same thing. This one's more of a poopy penny on our level 295. Top end has runs to 4 and 5 in the past. Just things that if the thesis is correct and it does get a strong run, yeah, see the chart's dang near the same as the other one. If the thesis is correct and we do get a strong run in solar, things you want to be familiar with, because the ones that get recognized right away will have already made the move, and you're gonna have to look for the ones that come next and or sympathies. These kind of fit the bill. Yeah, so you can see the 295 here. There's your runs back to 5 and 4 previously. So that is the list. I hope you guys like the new format. Chime in if you don't. Gonna keep it broke up like this. Again, I'll probably reduce a couple of these next week and add to what is working the best. All right, a little longer than I wanted this week, but we'll get her down for sure for you guys. Everybody after last week definitely have a plan. Check market conditions or the ETF related to the things that you're trading right now. That seems kind of important. Um, Big picture, probably shouldn't be trading off of that. Probably trade those, intraday rallies or RTL pre-market levels, stuff like that. News plays definitely take profits quick because none of that's sticking. ERs are coming back. I think we need to watch the first couple. Be mindful of the backside of them are better than playing into them. So let them flush. Read the report. Report's not bad. Probably play back to where it was. Is still the best setup there. But those coming back this week should give us some overall direction. So let's definitely have our eyes and ears open for that stuff early in the week and be ready to go when we do get more of an uptrend in most things. All right, everyone, have a good week. As always, respect the lines and read the room.